guys, welcome to the Body and Soul Shop. Hope you all are doing great. It's been a few weeks since we posted anything, but we've been really busy in the shop, so we're just trying to get stuff going and wrapped up. On this 34 Ford, I've been making motor mounts, getting the steering all jigged up, getting ready to put the transmission, get all that jigged up together so I can build the floor tunnel. We're putting 3 pedals in this one, so it's a little bit cramped. So I need to get the transmission in there so I know exactly where to put all the pedals with the steering column. Everything just kind of has to coordinate together. So it takes a little while to get all that jigged up, but we're making good progress. One of the other things we've done was we filled in the cowl vent. And the other thing that we did was I'm extending the trunk lid a little bit. Originally this was a rumble seat lid, and this part right here was actually part of the lower panel right here. And so I thought it'd be cool to make it open the regular way and extend the trunk lid down, just give you just a little bit more room. I know it's only 5 inches or whatever, but I just thought it'd be cool. I've never seen anybody do it. So it's not earth-shattering by any means. It's just a simple little change. We're not going to do much more changing on this. We already chopped the top 3 inches. I radiused the back of the doors, and we're going to do this. And that's about it as far as metal changes on this thing. We're rolling on it, and I'm excited to be working on it. It's better than playing in the sandbox, I'll tell you. Okay, so the challenge is getting the clutch, the brake, and the gas pedal all in here. These things are really tight up front, so a lot of times your foot's kind of at an odd angle getting your gas pedals. So I'm trying to make it as conservative of a transmission tunnel as I can once I get started on it here, to give us as much foot room as we can get. When the frame was built, it already had the brake pedal assembly in it for an automatic and everything. So yesterday I had to get underneath there, cut all the bracketry out, get it all out of the way so I can start to whittle this thing down to get it in where I need it to be and everything. So it's a little bit challenging, but it's no big deal. We're going to get it. Also, the thing I love is this old banjo wheel. It's not old, but I think it's going to really go with the theme, and a lot of guys use them in 34s, but I like it. I think it's going to be a nice add to this car. So this is a Tremec 5-speed. That's why the automatic was a lot wider than what this is. That's why I cut this all out. It already had a tunnel in here, but it's no way it was going to work with this Tremec, so cut it out. I'll just fabricate a new tunnel for it. It's no big deal. That's where we're heading this way. So like I said, when you got tight spaces, you got to really think it out and get everything working the way you want it to. So I had to build motor mounts that actually go around the steering box a little bit, get the steering all in here. I had to use a carrier bearing to get it over where I needed it to be, but everything's working smoothly right now. There's no binding or anything, and it's just tacked in place. You can make sure everything's where you want it before you start welding everything in solid. I just used an 1.5 inch or 2x4 piece to help me balance this and get my spacing where I want it to be. It just drops in there real easy, so hey, it works. So we're a little out of our wheelhouse, but my paint gun doesn't care what color it is, and the welder doesn't care what kind of metal it is, so we're in good shape. We're doing a 66 Jag for a guy. He's had this thing for 41 years. It was black, and it's going back black. I gotta say, somebody was a master carver, but they didn't fix it right to begin with, so this time we're doing it right. I could have repaired what they did, but just much better just put new panels in it that we were able to get a hold of, so that was awesome. In several places they just took metal and spot welded it on and then bonded it over top of it. Both door bottoms, the quarters, had a lot of damage, just small damage. It wasn't a hard hit, but it's had a little bit of a rough life. So Seth's been hammering on this thing here for a few weeks, and we're starting to make good progress. We just got a whole belly pan in for the back. The rear roll pan, just much better to put all that in. It's a lot cheaper in the long run and a lot better in the long run. Also, the front panel was the same way. It had a lot of damage. The original one had a lot of damage, and we were able to buy a new one. Got here yesterday, so we're excited about getting on with the project. One of my biggest pet peeves is when people don't fix stuff right. This guy started to make an attempt. He used a slide hammer, obviously, but didn't get in here and hammer and dolly all this out. This was just all packed full of Bondo. This side too, it's damaged. The mouth was just kind of like a smirky mouth. It wasn't a nice smiley mouth. So we're gonna get in here and hammer and dolly all this out, get it all worked out real good before we put any filler on it. But I hate when somebody does that. They've done the same thing to the fenders. The fender was just kind of hand carved into it. It was crazy. So this is the right side door bottom. You can see where they just spot welded this metal on there and then bondoed over top of it. How rusty it was from the back side. And that was like that when they repaired it all them years ago. This is the actual bottom part down in here. We cut all this out and fabricated it all new. Seth did and welded it all in. He done a phenomenal job. It's really coming out nice. So this is the piece we cut out of the left side door. As you can see, the same thing. They spot welded it, bondoed over top of it, and it was pretty crunchy on the inside. Not quite as bad as the passenger side, but it still needed cut out and replaced and fixed right. So we're not going to do anything mechanical to this car. We're just doing body and paint on it. I am not a mechanic when it comes to this stuff. it's a little out of my wheelhouse. So he's got a mechanic that does all of his work for him, and I'm thankful for that. Hey, so we're almost done with the Camaro. We're not doing the interior in it, so that's why it's not in there. I'm waiting on a few small things. We've got an interface coming for the speedometer, and one of the sensors for the motor, the manifold air temp. Got to get that in here yet. No major deal, and we'll be ready to fire this thing up. We're almost done, and I'm looking forward to firing this thing up and letting Bobby enjoy it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today. We just want to give you a little bit of a shop update, let you know what's been going on around here and why you haven't seen us a little bit. Please hit the like and subscribe and share with your friends if you enjoyed it, and may God bless you real big. Hope to see you soon.